Glucon-D get dissolved completely in water. Can you see the water? Can you see that glucose or Glucon-D in the water? So where does it go? Yes, it gets dissolved in the water. When we drink it, then through the smell or taste, we can identify that something has been dissolved into it. But if we see the water only, nothing is visible apart from water. Am I clear to all? Yes. So what we are going to learn today? Today we will learn what are the mixture and what are the solution. Okay? So what is our topic? Mixture. Mixture and solution. Okay. So what is mixture and what is solution? They both are quite similar, but we cannot say that they are same. No. When we mix anything, when we mix two substances, so it is not compulsory that they will get fused with each other. It is not compulsory. Okay? If I will add sand and I will add salt together, so we can see the salt and sugar molecules separately. Can we see? You might have done these things in your home. Have you done it? Yes. Okay? And what is solution? When we mix something, okay, in water or in any liquid, so when the substance get dissolved completely, okay, we cannot see the solute and the solvent, okay, then it is called a solution. Is it clear now? So what are mixture and what are solution? Is it clear? Yes. Now I have just told you, and even I have asked you, when we try to dissolve like salt or sugar, okay, so after some time they get disappear. They do not get disappear, but it seems that they get disappear in the water or in the liquid in which we are trying to dissolve it. Am I right? It happens. More often it happens. Okay. So what we are going to do today, we will see that what happens when we try to put or to dissolve something in water, then what happens? Give me a minute. Now, is the picture is visible to everybody? Yes, ma'am. So what are these? These are the molecules of solid. Okay, these are the molecules of solid. Here it is liquid and here the gas. And what are these molecules? Actually, what happens, whether any substance is there, means if it is in solid or liquid or in gaseous state, they all comes in, they are what? They are matters. Is it clear? They are matters. So all the matters, whether it is solid or liquid or gas, they all are made up of small molecules. Okay? They are made up of small molecules. Okay? When they get fixed with each other, then we can see the whole substance. Okay? Now, here you could see in the solid, the molecules are tightly packed. Can you see? There is a least space between the molecules if we compare them with liquid and gas. Okay? That's why, just take an example of this duster. It is a solid, student? Yes, ma'am. If I press it, can I change its shape? No. No. Why? by which this duster is made up of are tightly packed, or we can say that it is compact. We cannot press them because no space is there, so molecules cannot move here and there, so they remain fixed in the substance. Okay. Now here we comes in liquid. Today we will not discuss much about solid and gas because here we are not discussing the matter. And the topic is mixture and solution. So here basically we will focus the liquid only. Now you could see the molecules of, here you could see the molecules of liquid. There is a space between them. If I compare to solid, there is a space between them. Okay, so that's why the liquid can flow. So that's why the liquid can flow. Why? Because there is a space between the molecules of the liquids. Okay, now I just want to tell you what happens when we try to dissolve anything in water. What happens? When we try, or when you might have tried also, when we pour sugar or salt or any substance which get dissolved in water, what happens after some time? Where does those molecules go? What happens when we put sugar into it? So what will happen? There is a space between the molecules of water. So what will happen when we pour salt or any other solute? Okay. So those molecules of which? Molecules of the solute. Molecule of the solute will get adjust the place which is present in between the molecules of the water. Okay. So they will fill up the gap between the molecule of water. They will fill up the gap now. So they will come and they will get adjust over here. So that's why it seems that they get disappear, but they do not get disappear. What happens? They just get adjust the place which is present in between the space between the molecules of the liquid. It is clear? So that's why you could see in this water I have mixed the sugar. Can you see the sugar in it? But when you will taste, you will say that yes, sugar has been added into it. Can you see the sugar particles, student? Can you see? Only water is visible? Yes. Only clear water is there now. Yes. But I have mixed the sugar in it. When you will drink it now, then you can feel yes, the sugar has been added. Why? The sugar has been dissolved. Okay? The sugar gets dissolved completely in the water. So the water, we can see the water only. We cannot identify that something has been put or not. Right? But what happens? Now, here is again one beaker is here in which I have simply put a normal water. Nothing has been dissolved into it. Now, in front of you, what I will do, I will take a pinch of sand and I will try to pour into it. Now see. Just see and tell me what is happening. Now, the sand particles are trying to get adjust with liquid. But now, what is happening? We can see the two layers. Layers of what? Layers of water, and at the bottom the layers of sand. It means what? The sand is insoluble in water. It cannot dissolve in water. We can say now, because here the sand is, can you see now the sand is visible at the bottom? Yes, okay, if I keep it here and if I come, so I can simply identify that something has been put into the water. Why? Because the substance which I have put into the water, it is insoluble in water. And how can we identify these substances soluble and this is insoluble? How can we identify? When few substances are there which get easily dissolved in water, okay, or what we are called, they are called water lover. The substance which get dissolved in water, they are called what? Water lover. Because they love water, so they get easily adjust with the molecules of water. The substance, okay, which do not, they are water phobic. Water phobic होते हैं. Water phobic means they do not try to get combined with water molecule. So those substances are insoluble in So now I just wanted to tell you what are insoluble, what are soluble, and I have told you the difference between the mixture and solution. So first you just tell me these concepts. It's clear to everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Show me thumbs up if it is clear to everybody. And if you have any doubt, you may stand up and you may ask. If it is clear, okay? When I was explaining the topic to you, two words I have used. Nobody asked me, ma'am, what is this? I have used a word solvent and I have used a word solute. And here the one word is there, that is solution. Okay? So you might be thinking now, the solution ma'am has written on the board. But ma'am hasn't explained us that what is solute and what is solvent. Okay? So I'll just show you what are these terms, why I have used these terms while explaining the topic mixture and solution. Now, it is clear to all? I hope the board is clear to everyone. Now, here you would see the terms are written over here. Solute, solvent and solution. Is it clear to everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
So here the solute is what? It could be anything which we want to dissolve it in water. It could be sugar, salt, any other substance which is completely get dissolved in water. So the substance which we are trying to dissolve in water or in any liquid, it is called what? Solute. So in this experiment, could you tell me what is solute? Just raise your hand. Raise your hand. Yes, you beta. Ma'am, dirt or sand, whatever I have put it is solute. And now, in which I have put the sand? In which thing I have put the sand? It is called solvent. So in this experiment, what is solvent? What is solvent? Yes, beta. You? Water is solvent. Okay? So it means when we add solute and solvent, when they get mixed with each other, what we get? Solution. So here we got the solution of what? When we add sugar and water will mix with each other, we will get the solution. So solution is made up of two things. Which things solution is made up of? It is made up of two things. The first one is solute and the next one is solvent. Okay? When solute plus solvent gives us what? Solution. It is clear to everybody?
Yes.
Okay. So just few minutes before I have just discussed that soluble and insoluble substance. I hope that I have made clear to everybody. Okay. So there is an activity. Okay. So in which you have to find out that whether the components or substances are soluble or insoluble. So I would like my student to come over here, okay, and just participate. Just see the picture, okay, and simply identify that whether the substances which are given in the pictures, if they are soluble means if they get dissolved in water. So simply in the picture, if they do not get dissolved in water, you have to make a cross over it. Okay? Okay. So now, could you see the picture? The first one is, I hope that it's quite visible. It is a small bottle of a salt in which we usually keep the salt in it. So please come one by one and let's just try to do it. Okay. Okay. So just here, stay here, beta. First I have to ask Benna whether, so according to her, this substance is soluble in water. So is she correct?
Yes.
Show me your thumbs. Okay. Is she correct? Yes. Good. Thank you, beta. Now here, what is visible in this picture? It is a desert. A desert is a place which is full of sand. Very good. So now the next one, you please come and find out whether the substance is soluble or insoluble. Okay? Is she correct? Is she correct? Yes, we have just shown. Thank you, Beta. We have just shown that sugar, that sand doesn't dissolve in water. Okay, so it's quite obvious that it is insoluble. Now, okay, now you please come. The third picture is of what? Flour, and it is used for what? Yes, making chapatis. Okay, so can we dissolve this flour into water? Cross. Yes. If just think about it. More often it comes in our mind. Please go back to your place. More often it comes in our mind that this flour get dissolved in water. But please think, if it will get dissolved in water, then how can we make chapatis? We won't be able, na? So it means it doesn't dissolve in water. It is insoluble. Am I clear to all? Am I clear? Okay, thank you. Now this is what? Sugar granules, sugar particle. So please come and please find out whether this is. I hope it will be clear to everybody, but I won't participate. Yeah, is she right? Yes. Okay, thank you. Now the next picture. Can you identify what is it? Corn. Yeah, sweet corn. Sweet corn. Yes. You please come. One by one. Yes. Good. And now find out. Is he right? Yes. It is a solid substance. Okay. Solid in nature, which do not get dissolved. Okay. Now the next one is what? Can you identify the pictures, student? Rice. Very good. Yes. Now it's your turn. So what you have to do, you have to simply identify whether it gets dissolved in water or not. Okay. So I hope that he is right. Okay. So I just clap for you all that you all have given the right answer. Okay. Now I think it is clear to everybody that what are soluble substances and what are insoluble substances. Is it clear? Now if I keep a lot of things on my table, so easily you can identify that whether the substances, whether the things are soluble or insoluble. Can you identify it easily?
Yes.
Okay. One more activity is there which is related to solubility. Just discuss it quickly. Then we will. Just a second. I hope that everybody is enjoying doing this activity. Is it so? Okay, thank you. I have just done this activity to make the concept more clear to everybody. So I just need your participation only. Okay, here again, decide if these substances are soluble or insoluble. Here again, you have to check the solubility or insolubility. Okay, now, so here it is sugar. So I know that it is just, you stand up and tell me it is soluble or insoluble? Soluble. We have just done an activity in which it. Okay. Now we have just discussed that flour is what? Insoluble. Okay. Insoluble. That's correct. Okay. Now it is baking soda. You know baking soda. When we have to bake a cake. Okay. When we have to ferment anything. Fermentation. Okay. I have taught you earlier what is fermentation. Okay. So this product is used. This substance is used. Baking soda. So it is soluble or insoluble? Just think and then give the answer. Oh, yes, you beta. You are raising your hand. It is soluble. Why it is soluble? Though you can see it is in granules form, powder form. But whenever you eat the cake, can you see that those granules of baking soda? Can you see? No. It's obvious. It means it just get mixed easily with that content. Okay. So here it means it is soluble. Thank you. Now the next one is oil. Just think and tell me oil. You might have done this thing in your droplets comes on the surface of that container and the water gets dumped. Okay, so it means what? That's not. Oil is what? Oil is soluble or insoluble? Insoluble. Okay, so now it is clear to everybody? Okay, so now mixture and solution I have made clear to everybody. Okay, so now we know that when we mix the things and when the things get mixed with water or different water bodies, what happens? The water get polluted. Nowadays, what we are doing, we all are having water filters in our home. Am I right? Okay. So what happens? Why we people are using the water filter, RO and UV rays and all everything? Why we are using so? Can you tell me? To purify the water. It means the water is not fit for drinking. That's why we are, before consuming, we are filtering it. Okay? Filter means to separate the impurities from the water. This is the meaning of the filtration. To filter out the things from the water so that the things can be used. And we know that water is essential for our life. Without water we cannot live. Am I right? Yes. Nobody can live. Okay? In our body, to maintain the water level, we keep drinking the water. Okay? After 10 minutes, 15 minutes, we keep drinking the water. Okay? So why? Because when we feel dehydrated, we have to drink the water. Okay? So it means the water is essential. It is essential. Okay? And now the water bodies, they may get polluted anyhow. Okay? Impurities. And impurities are what? Either they could be soluble or insoluble. Here, if I talk about this here, in the rivers, what happened? When we get the water from river, when you will take out the water now in any mug, glass, so along with water, you will get some pebbles, stones or sand particle also. Okay? So what happens? We cannot consume them like this because if we will drink, we may fall sick. Okay? So here are the few processes through which we can filter out the what? Impurities from the water. Okay. So now just go through this video, student, and then
how do you separate sand and other impurities from rice and pulses? We wash rice and pulses before cooking to remove the impurities. When we add water to rice or pulses, the impurities like dust and soil make the water muddy, while
I'm just giving time the sand particles to get settle down at the bottom. So now what happens? All the sand particles get settled at the bottom. Okay, and the water comes up. And why the sand particle gets settled at the bottom? Why? Because the sand particles are heavier than water. So that's why they get sink. Okay, and they are heavier, so they get settled down at the bottom. And the things which are lighter than water, so they are what? They do not get sink. They comes on the surface of the water. So here the sand, the impurities are heavier than water. So what they do? They get settled at the bottom of the water. Now here the one term has been explained, that is sediment. So what is sediment over here? What is sediment? Here in this sand is the sediment, and water is what? Water comes up, okay, and the sediment gets settled down at the bottom. So what is sedimentation? What is this sedimentation? A heavier component in the mixture settles after adding water into it. Okay, when the heavier substance get settled down at the bottom of that substance, it is called this process is called what? This process is called sedimentation. Okay, now
we tilt the vessel and remove the muddy water, keeping the clean rice grains in the vessel. This process is called decantation.
okay, now what I am going to do, listen, the sand particle has been settled at the bottom. Now what I will do, I will not disturb the water very much. I will simply pour that water into another container, leaving the sand particle behind. Okay, now sand is here in this one beaker, and I have collected the water in this another glass. Okay, so this process is called what? Decantation. This process is called what? Decantation. This has been done in this activity also. First what they did, they have just washed the rice, okay, and being heavier, the rice particle gets settled at the bottom and the muddy water comes up. So same I have shown you in this. Okay, so after that what I have done, I have just left the sand particle in this beaker and I have collected the water in this another glass. So this process is called what? Decantation. So sedimentation and decantation is clear to everybody? Is it clear to everybody?
Yes.
But one thing, it must be coming in your mind. Can we consume this water now? Can we consume? No. Because through the process of sedimentation and decantation, all the impurities cannot be removed completely. If you find out, you stand up, can you see the few sand particles into it? Yes. Yes. So it means what? All the impurities cannot be removed through this process. Okay? Only the heavier object, okay? The insoluble substances which are heavy than water, that can be removed. But still few impurities are there which cannot be removed. There is another process through which we can purify this water. So today I have made the topic clear to all that what is mixture. Is it clear to everybody? Solution, it is clear. I have told you soluble and insoluble substances. Okay, and what else I have told you? What is solution? When solution is a part of two things, solvent and solute, right? And apart from this, what I have told you about the impurities. Okay, how does the water get impure? Is it clear to everybody? And I have discussed two methods how to improve the what? Quality of the water. How we can remove the impurities. Okay, there is another way through which we can purify the water, but today we are not going to discuss each and everything. Okay, so tomorrow again we will go through the next way how we can make the water fit for drinking, how can we make water potable, how the impurities can be removed. Okay, so how's the class? It was interesting?
Yes, ma'am.
The topic was quite interesting now. Why? Because these activities, these things we have, more often we have done. We have gone through it. Okay, there's nothing is new. Okay, so what is your homework? Okay, you have to make a table. In your notebook, you have to make a table. And in a table, what you have to do, simply you have to list out the things, the objects which are present at your home. You have to list out the things, which things are soluble. You have to simply write down the name. And if you get the picture, on the next side, on the right side, you can stick the pictures also. Okay, so it is of your choice. But yes, here you have to make a table, and in which what you are going to do, you will write down the name of the objects which are soluble in water and which are insoluble in water. Okay, you can write down the substances in your day-to-day life, more often you keep using, whether you are in school or at home or when you go to visit the market and all, any